Bethel TV, sharing the gospel around the world. La bonne nouvelle en tout temps et en tout lieu. Votre chaîne 100% chrétienne qui vous offre des talk shows encourageants pour apporter une étincelle dans votre vie.
Pourquoi pas devenir your own boss? La méthodologie pour pouvoir trouver une solution à ça. Exactement.
Souffert du cancer dans un premier cas, nous pouvons aussi faire une récurrence du cancer.
Des moments de divertissement. Des temps d'enseignement et de prière pour soutenir votre croissance spirituelle et entretenir la flamme de Dieu dans votre cœur. De l'actualité, non seulement pour nous tenir informés, mais aussi pour nous sensibiliser sur les réalités du monde autour de nous. Bethel TV, sharing the gospel around the world. La bonne nouvelle en tout temps et en tout lieu.
Femme, connecte-toi. Ce vendredi 5, nous aurons Pour ne rien manquer, merci de nous suivre sur tous nos réseaux.
C'est encore un signal, je m'approche devant ton trône. Avec un si grand cœur, toi seul connais mieux que les autres. Aujourd'hui les choses ne sont pas comme elles devraient l'être, papa. Mais ta parole me rappelle que sans toi que je dois mettre ma confiance. Il y a plusieurs fois, je me suis réveillée au milieu de la en pensant que voilà, mes problèmes vont finalement achever ma vie. C'est là que je me souviens, là où je m'arrête, c'est là que tu continues. Je suis là, je pense avoir gagné, c'est là que tu te révèles comme l'éternel déserté. Ce n'est pas par ma force, ni par mon pouvoir, ce n'est pas ton esprit, Yahweh, que tout est accompli. Hello guys, how you guys doing? It's me, your girl Gracia Susuzande. Of course, you know me from this amazing, beautiful videos on YouTube, doing all these tutorials for you guys. And also, why not on Miss Africa GB 2018 and Miss Congo 2018? Well, right now I'm coming with something fabulous. I'd like to present to you your new TV show, which is going to be called Etincelle. This show is going to be happening every single Friday at 7 p.m. on Bethel TV. So you probably want to find out why Etincelle. Well, Etincelle is a French word for sparkle. For Etincelle, I would like to bring light into someone's life from the dark place where they are, not knowing really who they are and where they're going, or trying to bring them into the light to really wanting to find out and get to know exactly who they are. And with that, I'll be inviting
amazing people who got amazing testimony to be able to help you that is going through so much, that you feel like your life is so blurry, that you don't really know your self-identity. These people will be able to help you as themselves have gone through that, you know. So my message to you today is that God has your back. He got you and will not let you go. That you can come from somewhere and go somewhere. Etincelle. You can now catch me live on Facebook, on Bethel TV, sharing the gospel around the world. Every single Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Connect yourself. Don't miss it, as this is going to be a life changer.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you find yourself in the world. Yes, we are Friday, and it is another time, another day for another Etincelle. Wherever you find yourself, I greet you in the name of Jesus. And yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. Etincelle, as you know, is a show that has been created once again to be able to bring a light to Etincelle in someone's life. This show is all about really for you to acknowledge wherever you came from, wherever you are, the situation that you're finding yourself. Through the people I'm going to be inviting within this show, they will be able to help you to acknowledge this and finally coming out as you found this light and finally moving forward towards your destiny, moving towards where you're supposed to be, moving towards with the people you're supposed to be surrounded with. You know, this show is all about really trying to wake you up, you know, in the time that where you are right now at this present moment. You know, I want to invite you to connect not just with your mind, not just connect with your thoughts, but try to connect really with your soul. Try to connect with the real you that is within. Sometimes the real you is not really what people see, but it's invisible. You know, so I'm really asking you to connect with everything that we're going to be speaking today, as we are bringing a new new season has been declared this month. And so please connect with by sharing on your pages with all the contacts within your phone, you know, trying to call someone, for that person to call another friend, for that person to call another friend, so we can gather them all together, you know, create a bigger, much bigger audience, you know. So like, share, comment, leave your comments as much as you want, things that you would like to be enlightened with. And just to remind you, like, after 45 minutes, the line is going to be open. The line is for you to ask any question that you want, to probably ask for a prayer, to probably ask something that you haven't understood. Alright? So we're going to come back just in a couple seconds, just to give you time to share as much as you can, so I can finally introduce you to amazing people that are on my show, and it will be such a pleasure for me to introduce. So we're coming back. Stay tuned.
C'est encore un signal, je m'approche devant ton trône, avec un si grand cœur, toi seul connais mieux que les autres. Aujourd'hui les choses ne sont pas comme elles devraient l'être, papa. Oui, ta parole me rappelle que c'est en toi que je dois mettre ma confiance.
wherever you are, you've taken enough time to do the things you need to do, and now you are focused on this show, focused on the things we're going to be talking about today. Today I have two amazing, powerful, great men and women of God within my show, Etincelle, and I'm really gonna be introducing them. One of them, he's really humble. He is all about humbleness, and he said that I should introduce him as Brother James. So, but it is always my honor, Apostle James Sawa. You are a man that I really do admire a lot, as I had this time, to just be around you, in the events that we had in our church, Apostolic Bethel. And so, from what I know, you are married to Mama Gloria, and you have two beautiful children, a girl and a boy. Welcome, Apostle James. Thank you. And on his left, we have someone that usually comes to us quite often. She is my mentor, and I always call her mom. I call her, there's so many hats that she wears, but today she is Sister Mylene. She wanted me to introduce her Sister Mylene because she said, I want to be humble as well, as much as, Brother Apostle James. So, Apostle Mylene, welcome to Etincelle. We've introduced you so many times, but again, welcome. And from what I know, you've said to many that you are married to Dr. Christian Bila, wherever you are. I greet you in the name of Jesus. And you also have 3 beautiful girls, which is Mike, Chris, Daniela, and Jamina. So, is there anything particular you guys want to add from the description? Or if anyone wants to know about you guys?
No, we are brother and sister.
That is true. In Christ, we are all a family. Honestly, we fit anywhere in the body of Christ. And so I'm so happy to really welcome you guys. And I just feel like I had to, because it said, there's this saying that says that you need to eat your food while it's still hot, and there is a beautiful event that just passed by. But before we start, I want to remind someone that today the theme of this show today is the prophecy of this time. And you will know, or I will tell you probably later, the reason why I picked this theme. And then it has everything to do with really this event that just passed by. Honestly, it was just last week, and it has done so many great things. And it was all about, convention. It was 4 days of convention. So I want to ask you honestly, prophecy of this time. How would you define this? Because someone really would like to know why the prophecy of this time. How would you define it, Apostle?
Oh wow, first of all, I just want to say thank you to have once more invited us, not only myself, but the men of God that honor the presence on my right side, to have invited us to your show, Etincelle. You are going well, all is fine. Sometimes I do watch what you are doing, and we praise the Lord for what He's doing with you.
Thank you.
May you keep on going forward and keep the connection, because it can take only a connection to come back to this message that we are spreading around the world, and the prophecy of this time, which is Ephphata. We say a prophecy. Thanks for the word once more. Prophecy, just by saying prophecy is just a message, a message of hope, a message that brings a new vibe to someone who is desperate, or to someone who needs a direction, to someone who doesn't know what to do. And we all know what is happening around the world.
Oh, definitely.
We are hearing so much messages. There are so many things which are happening around the globe. And for us at this time, that's the message of God, the message of hope. That's a prophecy, a message of hope. And if the men of God want to add something to define a prophecy, yes, but I will animate that.
Oh, you have to say words,
Apostle
James.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you, and we appreciate what you're doing. Thank you for inviting me as well to this show. And I honor the great woman of God, Apostle Mylene. And just want to thank God for both of you and what you're doing. As the Apostle has defined, a prophecy is a mission.
Okay.
Prophecy is a process.
It's a process.
Prophecy is a message. And prophecy is a word.
Oh, I like this. I like that.
So what happens is God entrusts a human being and decode his word, secret messages, into an individual. An individual uncovers the word or the chords, and then it becomes prophecy.
Oh, wow.
So prophecy is not something new. It's something that has always been in God, waiting for the right person to decode that thing and to deliver it.
Oh, wow.
So
I really like how you explain it, because if you had to go, on the usual dictionary, it won't possibly not define it like that. But the way you just really went and define it, that is really amazing. And this will lead me to really talk about the event that just happened. 4 days. And I just wonder, like, where did this idea really came from? I mean, not just 1 day or 2, but we're talking about 4 days of convention. Looking at the time that we are all confined, the whole world is confined, and some pastors, some men of God at this moment are still probably all thinking that it's all right, they're just sitting down, maybe not doing much. But you guys stood up and decided to do 4 days of convention. Where did this idea even came from? I want to know, because so many really want to know as well.
We all know that, yes, we do organize even in churches. We are confined at the moment, and I believe in dreams. I believe in visions. And the Lord that we serve speaks to me through visions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's great.
And He gives me instruction most of the time through visions. So when they announced the confinement time, I had a dream that I'm supposed to keep on working.
Yeah.
And whatsoever was planned for the year needs to still be done and multiplied by 3. And this is why we kept the event and increase it just as it was said. So if we counted 3 plus the 1 day that was decided to be done for Ephphata, a church, physically, that makes 4.
True. But why 4? It could be you could have multiplied by 2.
Just because of what I've just stated, and just follow what has been said to me.
So is it just something that you usually always do, like because like most men of God, the women of God, sometimes when God tells them something to do, not always they do follow, especially in this time that things are quite closed, it's quite difficult, to reach further up. So
no, I will not say 100% that they don't all follow, but in my perspective or in my ways or in my point of view, I will say that most of them do follow what the Lord asked them to do. You just need to be very courageous. I was really impressed by what the man of God was saying. It takes something or takes someone to receive what God is saying.
It's true.
But it's another strength to bring what has been revealed to you to be done. Just courageous, courage. We just done it. Let's just follow. Let's just obey. We didn't know what is going to happen next, but let's just obey first.
Because you trusted God as well within the process.
With more than 30 years in the ministry, more than 30 now. Just obey. Let's just obey and see what is going to happen. And we did it.
Apostle?
Yeah. There is a difference between a preacher and a pastor.
And a pastor, yes. What's the difference, by the way? For our viewers to...
A pastor is called.
Okay.
A preacher is appointed.
Oh, okay.
So when God anointed that we should have a 4 days of Ephphata, He didn't speak to a preacher.
No.
He spoke to an apostle and a pastor. And because of her commitment and her understanding of who God is during confinement, because confinement doesn't stop God speaking.
True.
God speaks every day. So with her understanding that confinement doesn't mean that you are out, God had to deposit something in her to help us in the realm of confinement to know that we can heaven open up. So not everyone, as the apostle has said, everyone hears God. God speaks to everyone. But the problem is that we are always busy.
That's true.
With our own agendas.
Especially in this time there, and just generation.
Forget God's agenda. And I'm so happy, so enthralled that she took the mission, prayed over it, confirmed with God, and not only to be limited, she had to break out from the box and to deliver what God has proclaimed and what God has declared. That's why we have 4 days. And you see those 4 days, they're not just days. They're not just days.
What is it then?
It was a total visitation. Because when you get to understand when a woman or a man of God is given a mission, time is out of syllabus.
Yes. Because you can go on, isn't it?
You can go on.
Yes.
No wonder why.
We even felt like we want to we want to stop. We don't want to stop.
Oh wow.
It was like a tap, I don't know, this generation might not understand the taps and not CDs.
Yes.
When we were growing up, there were taps. A tap, it plays on. It plays on.
Yes.
It plays on.
It
continues. And then in the I think it was 1984, 85, they introduced what is called double deck tap. So when it finishes, it turns itself, it starts again.
I was in that.
So Ephphata was like that. It started from here. It went to there.
Yes.
And when you expected it to stay there,
it just
moves. It moves to
another level. That is something
else. So day one, it was we were doing the foundation. Day 2, we were putting slabs.
Oh wow.
Day 3, we were just putting the walls. Day 4,
that was amazing.
It was I mean, I can speak about it a little bit because myself, I was among, this 4 days of convention. It was absolutely powerful. And then it was just not something that it was just, yes, decided, confirmed, done. No, but it was really prepared. It's the same thing as we can say food. You can plan your food, what you're gonna eat, but you don't just put it there on the table, but you add the spices, you add the salt, you put all the things for it to be well cooked. And this convention, I can say once again, I'm really proud of both of you, and as two amazing and powerful women and men of God that I was proud to be among this convention. I received really something amazing, and so I wanted to ask, your collaboration between you two, how did it happen? Because you could have done the convention on your own because you've done it before, and you're strong enough to carry that, as a powerful woman of God. But what it intrigued you to say, you know what, let me actually approach this man to ask him to collaborate with me? How did it happen?
I was just saying it in a joke. It's our bracelet.
Okay.
This.
Oh, are you kidding me? No.
Simple. So we don't know all in detail. It's just a bracelet. That's it.
This is crazy. Oh wow.
That's ways of God.
That's it. I'm actually shocked here. Can you imagine you just meet someone like, your hair is everything. This is why we were connecting. But I think it's above that as well. I think it could be maybe in the spiritual realm. No?
Yes, we just connected.
Yeah.
And as you know, I'm doing a show on communication. Good communications. It's about connection, and when those are working well together, you're moving really forward.
I agree.
And secondly, we've just said it now again, following God's instructions. Growing up in the ministry, moving with God, and growing up in a relationship with God, it is very important and wise to choose the right person.
It's true.
For the right even at that season, at that time, at that moment. Yeah. And I just follow again. I didn't come to him just the next day I met.
Yeah.
No.
Like you just feel like bracelet, this is the person.
I had to pray and I had to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. And when I spoke to him, we prayed.
I like that.
We prayed and he said yes. So yeah, here we are.
I feel like it's always good when you're doing something with someone you guys are in the right page, and then you feel the same thing. It's like this person has his right foot and this person has the left foot, and then you guys really like walking together. And
what I like really much about the man of God is the fact that he can allow it's like synchronizing two things. He has his space, I have mine. I feel at ease, and I believe he does as well, which is very important.
Yes.
Sometimes in the ministry, you can meet someone and you want to collaborate. This competition.
Yes.
I speak this way, this one want to speak as well this way, so that they can see, my level. They can know that I can do this or I can speak this way. That I'm powerful.
Or they feel too low.
But that's something I didn't feel with the man of God. He is. I am me, and we are working.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that is great to keep your originality still in the work of God. We don't really find it much, really. There's too many competition, as you said yourself, within the work of God, unfortunately. And then what was really your expectation, by doing this event? What did you expect?
Ephphata.
I like that. Ephphata.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ephphata means open up.
Open up, yeah.
And there is a lot to say on this topic.
You said yourself that this month, June, has been declared, Ephphata. Can you touch on that one with you?
It's like opening a new, in Africa, to inaugurate a place, they will have a bundle with champagne.
Yes, and there's massive scissors
Thank
to
you.
cut the ribbon.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
Ephphata.
like
Let's start a new move now. And this is why we say the prophecy of this time. And as the man of God has stipulated so well, a prophecy is a hidden message which has been now revealed for this time. And I say it is a message of hope. Something new. Let's start new. Let's move on in a new wave, new direction.
I like that, but would you be able to say it's the same thing as like, because before June there was the other month before.
Yes.
Why was it not declared Ephphata, but June was declared Ephphata? Is there a reason specifically?
Wow. It's a talk.
Yeah.
And many things happening around the world. Since December, the world has been shaken. Okay? We have COVID-19. We have the pandemic. We have been all locked down. Can you imagine the whole globe was stopped?
Shut.
No airplane, no flight in the air.
It was difficult.
Not even a train was going Manchester, London, or London to Birmingham. No car. We were all confined to stay home. No church activities, no political activity, nothing. No economic activity. No. Even he shut down. Even the connection of internet was
really
very
low.
I mean, everything went completely off. Off. The sky was resting. The sky was resting.
Someone said that actually. Yeah.
When you go out, you look at the sky resting. Birds were screaming to know what's going on in the earth because everything
they were so used to see men and women walking, but
it was quiet.
Nothing was happening.
Asda, full of people done. Here at Wembley, you know how Wembley is every single day. This place was empty. And sometimes very silent. The world was in silent mode. And this has gone up to April. But the men of God say that God doesn't just stay sitting down there because everything is confined. Then he, follow what is happening. No. I think something was supposed to be changed. There was a message somewhere. Yes. And because we just reached this level of what they are trying to unlock and easy things to push people to come back to the normal life, they cannot come out with the same message of yesterday.
No, definitely not. I like that. A change needs to happen.
Ephphata. Ephphata for the world, Ephphata for families. Family had problems in the world. You had some men sleeping outside, leaving the house. You had, there's so many things which was happening, which was being wrong.
Yes.
But in this confinement time, a conscience of a man will remember that he has a family. They're asking me to go back home and start sleeping at home, spending time with
my family. Yes,
where we used not to meet each other anymore.
Yeah, that must have been really
kids
difficult.
Were going to school, come back, mom is not there, dad is not there. They will eat themselves. We lost our traditional way of sitting down on the table together as a family to eat together. There are so much. Fathers, mothers will go to work, sometimes won't have time. They will use a lot of money for a nanny. But this time they were all called to do the work
money
together, being together, eating together, getting upset there together. All these things needs to be reconsidered.
To love and to consider.
Yes. Yes. Stop going out to see friends. You will not stay home for friends. come back home on time, friends.
That's true.
But this time, some of them were called to stay with their sisters, their brothers, their mothers.
And calling to respect them, respecting the space and so much more.
And for minister, or as for me, this has allowed me to think a lot about my preaching. Am I on the right path? Is the Lord really speaking to me? Am I really following what the Lord wants?
Is it really something that you ask yourself a lot? I mean, as men of God, do you guys ask yourself, am I really doing the right thing? Because I'm not saying like I know specifically, but is it really important to do so?
Okay. One of our greatest fathers, C.S. Lewis, he said something very interesting. He said, the greatest gift that God has given to mankind is to become you.
Oh.
When you become you, you can understand you. When you know you, you can make you. Because God can give you a word. You see, the problem with us as ministers of the gospel, God gives us a word for the church. And we forget to talk to us as well, to apply the same message that we are giving to others.
That is so true.
To us.
Yes.
As my apostle has said, the world went
silence completely.
It was dead. That moment of deadness, it was the moment of rediscovery.
For so many people.
Because we spend most of our times and most of our lives in the things that are not beneficial to us, but beneficial to others.
Yes.
At the cost of our families.
That's true.
Because pastors, they've made their families to become a sacrifice. They've made the church to become the main thing and forget that the family needs to be part of it.
That's true.
So in confinement, we have discovered ourselves. And then not only discovering ourselves, then we can hear God better. And as Apostle, she's doing a session on communication. Communication has been lost among people. But in confinement, communication has come back.
Yes, that's true.
And a word communication is a very interesting word. Because communication is a two-compound word. Is to commune within a common ground. Communicate, community, compound. It's we can commune because we've got same ground.
It's true, because if there's no same ground, you can't really communicate.
So I've loved what she said, and God has given her June as the month of effort. Very interesting. Because June is the divider of the year. So which means from January to May has been closed. God is opening up a new chapter.
I like that.
For the rest of the year. So Ephphata is to open up the new opportunities that have been shut in the lockdown. So that when you step in June, then you can understand where you're going.
I like that. I like how you guys are synchronizing, honestly. It's amazing. It's really amazing.
She's my big sister.
I'm
the youngest.
You're the youngest, okay.
That's my elder brother.
Okay. Might as well just take this off. But so your expectation was Ephphata. Your goal, do you think you have achieved that goal?
As we just
the goal
said,
that you set
the
yourself.
chapter open. Now let's move on. The goal has been reached, yes, at the first stage.
Yes.
Because we pass on the message. For 4 days, we try to bring the message in different platforms. And it has not yet finished.
Yeah.
We just started Ephphata. We are in Ephphata.
True.
Yeah. We are in Ephphata. We are in Ephphata.
Right inside of
Right inside of it now. We are in Ephphata. Now let's move.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's keep on grinding.
Exactly.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
And the time that, I mean, you've preached for 4 days, do you believe that someone out there, I mean, did you guys had any testimonies from the people who have listened to you? Because at the end of the day, you can do something, I believe, and then when you have something back from the work that you've done, you can now acknowledge, my work has been. Have you had that?
Yourself, you started with a testimony.
Yes, it's true.
So you're one of the first.
I'm one of the first.
Yes. Got many messages on my phone, yes, where people are now focusing on new things. I'm part of a church where there are many groups. The young are moving themselves to see what new they can do. Yes, people call me from abroad, men of God. Yes, as well. Just about just the message.
It has definitely touched the whole world, because I mean, Ephphata was not just for us, but it was really for the whole world.
And even myself, there is an impactation for myself. Yeah, for this very strict person in the area of the discipline in my spirituality, I have easy certain things, and God to move in new direction. Ephphata. Me open up more on myself. I discover more myself. I'm keep on discovering myself in the Lord.
That's nice. What about you, Apostle James? Would you say, okay, it's true, it's just the beginning of Ephphata, but what is it that you can tell us that is coming, that you have prepared for us when it comes to Ephphata?
Very interestingly, and surprisingly at the same time. We have preached this message before. But when it came this time, it was a different message.
Okay.
Me out of it, I've become a testimony of effort. Because if it wasn't the word and the power, the anointing, the grace, the favor, the splendor, that was all included in it, maybe COVID could have taken me before the time.
I agree.
We hear testimonies. I hear people in Malawi, they are just talking about it. Today, this afternoon, I met someone and told me, it was power.
That is great.
Yes.
So it was a success. Myself and Apostle, when we consider success, it's not to have many people. It's life being transformed.
I agree.
That's how we can define success. For it to be done for 4 days, to us is not a success. To us is a privilege. Because God could have chosen someone.
That's true.
So to us, especially to her, and me being given that opportunity to come in, I call it a privilege.
And we possibly feel grateful.
Yeah. Because any time when you get to certain things, you have to be grateful and thankful. I'm so thankful to my chief apostle.
Hey.
That
she always calls. Chief Apostle.
She has given me another platform to the French-speaking people.
Okay. I believe you love speaking French. I heard.
Yeah. Now I'm at the point where I have to learn how to speak French.
Why now than before?
When I was at school, it's very interesting. I had this teacher of mine. I think he was from France, but he lived in Congo.
Okay.
So he came to Zimbabwe, a white guy. What made me not to accept it, it was his approach.
Okay.
I walked out from that class. Since that day,
You never went.
never.
Oh wow.
But surprisingly,
Yeah.
the thing that I was running away from
Met you
is
again.
when God says,
Oh, wow.
Ephphata.
Yes.
I'll open it up for you.
Oh, God bless you. I like that. Thank you so much for everything you were just saying. I'm sure it's definitely edifying somebody right now across the globe, because Etincelle is not just for the English or just for the Africans, but honestly is for everyone everywhere around the world. So keep on connecting, keep on sharing, liking, commenting, because we need to create a bigger audience. At this present moment, we still want you to pay attention, or we're coming back to you in a couple seconds where we're finally going to take it to the Etincelle side. So stay tuned.
C'est encore un signal, je m'approche devant ton trône. Avec un si grand cœur, toi seul connais mieux que les autres. Aujourd'hui les choses ne sont pas comme elles devraient l'être, papa. Oui, ta parole me rappelle que c'est toi que je dois mettre ma confiance. Il y a plusieurs fois, je me suis réveillée au milieu de la nuit, en pensant que voilà, mes problèmes vont finalement achever ma vie. C'est là que je me souviens, là où je m'arrête, c'est là que tu continues. Je suis là, je pense avoir gagné, c'est là que tu te révèles comme l'éternel déserté. Ce n'est pas par ma force, ni par mon pouvoir, ce n'est pas ton esprit, Yahweh, que tout est accompli. Dans ma cassine, dans ma idée, dans mon bouillon, dans ma idée, dans mon limon, Yahweh.
Welcome back on Etincelle with my two amazing guests, brother and sister, as they've declared themselves, Apostle James Sawasawa and the beautiful Apostle Mylene Moudia de Progrès. And we have been talking about, the prophecy of this time. So we're going to continue on this subject. And when you said the prophecy of this time, I'm looking at the situation that we are currently facing globally. And since really this last December, December, January till now, the world has been confined. We went through the pandemic, we went through the COVID-19, and we went through so many situations. And now, at this present moment, Ebola is coming back. It has come back in Africa, specifically in the DRC. We're facing racism, which has always been there, but it's really rising and it's becoming out of control. And so many things, situation in France with the migrant. And then how you guys are feeling, how you seeing this? I mean, what is your position when it comes to really this situation that the global is facing? Before I ask my next question. As a man of God and a woman of God.
Man of God, go on.
You see, it's bad to be a young brother, you see.
Yeah. Because they're just like, go ahead.
Okay. First of all, we have to understand that nothing that happens takes God by surprise.
It's true.
Yeah. We have COVID-19, which is very bad, which has killed many people, taken many lives, and some they're still struggling in the hospitals. But in midst of that, you've got Amazon who's making money.
Yeah.
In midst of that, you've got Netflix that is hoping some billions.
He is rising.
You've got Zoom that is just become
exploding.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in your drought season, you can find something to make you better. And while it has become a pandemic that you're not allowed to go outside, it's good for the church that it didn't go outside, because now Bethel TV is reaching beyond Wembley.
You can say this 10,000 times, yes.
Because now we can declare and pronounce that what God said or what Jesus said, that this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached throughout the world, then shall the end come. So if it wasn't the pandemic, we could all be preaching to the same people every day.
That's true.
Coming to racism. Racism is racism. No matter in what form. Because God didn't create racism.
That's true.
God created the race, not racism. But because of the fall of man, we have come to ascribe what God didn't ascribe. That because you are white, you are better than black.
It's true.
There's nothing like
There's
that.
nothing like that.
Me, I'm proud to be a black man. And no one can tell me
otherwise, definitely.
Because even the Bible, this is gonna get Solomon.
Yes.
He says, look, black is beautiful.
Ooh.
That's Solomon.
Yeah.
He says black is beautiful. When black is beautiful, why does someone see something ugly from the black person?
The black person, yes.
Because you see, whether you're female or male, we are very muscular black people. And then we don't bring a threat. Then our white brothers and sisters, they see a threat. So it has become a systematical hatred. Me on this case, Gracia, I blame Christian leaders.
Oh, why?
Not black leaders.
Not black leaders.
I blame our white brothers, pastors and bishops. They've got a mandate. They've got black people in their churches that don't address this issue. They don't address it. They love to have black people, but while in their hearts, they still undermine the black person. if they are real, if they've got the same spirit, they have to address this thing head on right in their churches.
Instead of leaving it, just
than to leave it.
Yeah.
You see, the reason why men and women, boys and girls, they are burning up the things in the shops and the buildings in America.
No. Why?
It's bad. But it's because it's pain. It's pain. You see, when you've got a child, you tell your child, stop this. Stop this, I don't like it. And your child keeps on doing
it. Yes.
So you have to retaliate to show that child that you're serious.
It's true.
Because if you don't take an action, it will continue.
Yeah.
Ebola is back.
It's back. Apostle, can you hold on to that? I just really wanted to remind someone that the line is open. The line is open. So feel free where you're finding yourself, to call if possibly something that you missed out on, or maybe that you want a prayer, or you want just something for Apostle James or Apostle Mylene to pray on. So just really, really, really do feel at ease and feel free. Yeah. So that's why we wanted to tell. Well, you can continue, Apostle.
You see, Ebola is back, but it's not being magnified because it is in Africa. Why? If the same thing was in America, here in the UK, it could be hitting the headlines.
Yes.
So there's no fairness in this
There's
thing.
no balance.
Yeah. So we need equilibrium to balance up, because Ebola is not a fiction, it's real. Racism is not a fiction,
it's real.
It's real.
Yes.
COVID-19 is not a fiction, it's real. So we need people who are serious about life. Our leaders at times, our political leaders at times, they can be like children. They want to say things that benefit them, not to benefit the masses. I love politicians, but politicians, they can be liars.
Always telling the truth,
because they can promise, Apostle, they can promise to build a bridge where there's no river. And then they will give you that mentality,
to say dreams,
that, okay, they're going to do it. Let them rise up and face the reality and speak what they are supposed to say, than not to. And the church has to stand up and speak up, and then Ephphata will become a real thing.
You sure?
What I want to just add on what Apostle is saying, I would want us to also consider the other side of things. Today, I just read in the news that in America, the police has put their knee down to ask for forgiveness.
Oh wow!
And I think this is an Ephphata, kind of to consider. That can be an example to be used globally. They've started somewhere, coming on the racism side of what is happening today. And yes, I do agree that those things has been happening. We know it has been happening. But God didn't create racism, He created race.
Yes.
And but again, contextually speaking, here in London, there are so much which has been done that nobody is talking about.
Such as?
Yeah, there are so many. We lost a young boy to whom they have shot on because they think it's a gun that he has, while it was just a cigarette. We lost his life. Nobody is talking about that. Yeah, there are queries that we need to consider, but still we are moving on. a new chapter has opened up. We start in June. And we starting in this June with this problem of Geoffrey Floyd, yeah. And it seems that the whole world is alarmed now. No, we were supposed, those activity has been happening years ago again. We have same activities, but what we need is a change of mentality for this generation. And this is what we call an Ephphata, a change of mentality. This generation has nothing to do with yesterday, although we are maybe fighting for one of the same reasons, one of the same thing, which has been manifested in a different way. Okay. It's just a different way. Maybe in years coming, this problem will still come again.
Yeah, usually it never really stops. It always comes back around.
But for those who are living now, we want things to change. We want a new mentality. Well, when we say I love you, it is a real I love you. I support you. I am with you. No matter the color of your skin, white or black, we have different ability, capability of doing things in the world. What I can achieve, a white man might not be able to achieve. And what a white man can achieve, I might not be able to achieve. But it's not only on the color. Even between us, there are things I do, the men of God will not do. But there are things His daughter will not do.
Definitely.
But it doesn't mean we have to become enemies. We need to support each other and move forward.
I agree.
That's an Ephphata, another again. You see, this is the message we are bringing. This is the message God wants us to bring. That we all are called to be one. But this one is having a new mentality of love, new way of supporting each other, new way of living globally.
Yeah, this brings me to this question because I've heard it before, and so many people always think, well, it's definitely not possible. But because you guys are men and women of God, maybe you be able to answer this question. Do you think that it will be once possible? I mean, truly possible that a man can look at his brother without seeing a color? Without, truly love, is it really possible?
Because really racism. In places.
Okay.
It is possible in places, but not all.
No.
Wanted it or no, I'm black, you're white, it's yellow, it's brown. No matter. But it doesn't mean that we are called to make the difference on that.
Apostle?
I believe that racism between the white and black, it will end on the first value.
Okay.
But the system will never.
Okay. Can you elaborate there?
Okay. You see, the thing is, let's look at South Africa. Let's look at South Africa. Racism, apartheid was there. They signed the papers, documents.
Yeah.
But what does the system still do? Because it's in here, not in here.
In the heart. Yeah.
And then the other thing, because racism is very broad, very, very broad.
Very.
We can talk between white and black, but there's racism among the black people.
True, and not so many do acknowledge this.
Yeah. And ours is worse because it doesn't become racism; it becomes tribalistic.
Yes.
It goes on the other level.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
That if you are in Zimbabwe, one is in Ndebele, one is Shona, they don't mix, but in one country. What's the difference?
That's true.
You even talk about Zimbabwe. You are Muluba, because you are, yes, there is a
because
problem.
you're Congo, we
face it
as well in Congo,
Because this thing is not new.
Yeah.
This thing is not new.
Yeah.
Way back in the Bible, this thing existed.
That's really sad. This brings me to the theme of this show, which is the prophecy of this time. How do you really relate to the theme of this show today to all the things that is currently happening globally?
That's what we've been saying, and again, if the world can hear messages that we are bringing outside, maybe not only us, true people are talking. Yesterday I heard activists, young people were outside protesting, which is a good activity to encourage, not in a brutal way, but yes, they are fighting for their right. Black Lives Matter. We have all these things happening all around, and in America it went ballistic, whereby you saw how they march, they fought for this case, and we need an Ephphata. We're bringing a message of asking people to come in this corridor of going with peace in another level. Okay, the man of God was talking about the system that we are having in the world, system that we are having in countries. And my message on the second day was talking about the system of the world. We not articulate well the message of peace, the message of love, the message of of justice. It's not well articulated. Now, if we can start articulating better, speaking well,
and really meaning,
that will change a lot. Because what can allow things to work is communication. If the canal of communication, it's a good canal, I believe we can win the world. We can win the world. We can win each other.
I believe it's possible.
It can be possible if we all agree on a message, if we all listen correctly what God is telling us. And if it's not only Christianity, if it's not only Christian, those who are sitting on the chair at church, I believe this message can go to speak to a president, to a minister, to someone who has a very high position in politics. They can watch this show. They can watch and listen to our messages to themselves as well. The message of Ephphata. They can themselves also sit down and say and reflect on what is going on. Is this what we have implemented since years? Is it really working for the world? Is it working for our countries? Is it working? Is it working? And then see, even regulations sometimes get changed just to make everyone be at ease. So I believe that can be done in that level as well. That can be done when they are sitting down. I'm on you, politician. I'm on them, president, to be African or white, to be in America, Africa, or wherever they can listen to us. The message of Ephphata is for themselves as well. The system needs to be changed. Remember that we are in different countries. We are in London here today, but we're giving birth to kids in this country. We are teaching them the way of this country. They are learning at school from this country. When they go in school, meeting with teachers, most of them are not only black. They are white people. They are speaking to them like their kids. So when the kids are growing up, they are growing up with the mentality of the country where they are growing up. Yes, although at home, is an African mother, an African father who come from Africa. But some of us as well, we are integrating here.
Within here, yes.
I'm not thinking to go back now to my
your
native
country, yes.
But I'm growing up here. My everyday's life
is here.
Of course. So of course I will plead and I will pray that the system of the country where I am changes. I will praise. Yeah, I will say hi, Queen. I will honor her. I will respect. Yes, but they need to think about the system as well. Are we going good or well with this? The message of Ephphata is as well for them. Do you think our kids we are growing up will take them in 20, 40 years to go back home? We will have a problem over there.
It's true.
The mentality. You see, the system. The message of Ephphata, the prophecy of this time, relate to that one as well. Yeah. The system needs to change, be redirected, even it is possible. Yeah. And that's a message I send to you, politics people and women who are standing in parliament, sitting down in high places, high area, queen, king, president, and name them there in the world. Yeah. They have to think about Ephphata as well. Yes, that's the message.
Yeah, and I like your message. Yes. And we are going towards the end, but we cannot end the show with a true Etincelle, a true sparkle. And I'm gonna ask each of you, to bring us this light, this Etincelle within everything that we spoke about. Someone surely watching you, and we said that this show is all about for this person to recognize the dark place where they are and moving forward, and finding that light and moving forward. So, in the prophecy of this time, where is the Etincelle for them to recognize it and finally coming out and moving forward? Apostle.
Okay. In every dark system, when you bring out the light, it beams out everything. The apostle, I think yesterday, she was talking about faith and hope. Faith is courage. Hope is the rope that pulls.
Yes.
So when you are in a place where you think there is no sparkle, you need faith. But that faith has to have hope to pull it out. So, because sparkle, it doesn't necessarily mean it's there. You have to create it to be there.
Yeah.
You have to create it. Because for something to sparkle, it needs a reflection. So, in everything that we have spoken about, there ought to be a reflection to sparkle. So in order for you to discover what is sparkling, you have to open your eyes.
You need to open your eyes.
Because the sad thing that is happening, that's why the Bible says where there is no vision, people perish.
Yeah.
It's not talking about these eyes. You might have these eyes but don't see.
Yeah.
A vision has to be birthed from the inside. So the sparkle that we want to bring, it doesn't have to come from the outside.
But it has to come from the inside.
It has to start from the inside. And then when it comes out, then it will manifest who you are. That anything that is around you, then it will get the sparkle. I'm reminded of the scripture when Peter was meant to go to Cornelius' house. Peter is sleeping, he has a vision. And he sees all these snares, all these unclean things. And God tells him, kill it and eat it. And then he says, how can I eat something which is unclean? And what does God say? Why do you call the things that I've given you, call them unclean? He was trying to give us an understanding that you can create a sparkle even in a situation which they don't make sense.
Yeah.
Cornelius was from another tribe. So Peter had to come out from the shell. He had to dig inside him to find that sparkle so that he can walk in it.
Wow.
So that when he gets to Cornelius' house, he won't see him as a Gentile.
Oh wow, Apostle.
Wow. Thank you, man of God. And it has enough. It's not against even what he's saying. You can create a sparkle from even things which doesn't make sense. He didn't make sense that the whole world shut down.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense.
It didn't
for
make sense.
No one at all.
Yeah.
It came from nowhere.
Unexpected. Yeah.
You see? But in this, God wants people to start making sense now. And this is what we are calling for, what we call an Ephphata. Yes, but we, as the men of God say, it is possible to create that sparkle. If they can sit down and reflect on everything which has happening, and from their reflection, not only on the political area, in families, economy, ministerially speaking, ministerial churches, our Pentecostal movement, charismatic churches, how the system has been done, in everything. It's not about only politics, everywhere. The education we've been giving to kids, to our young, everything. When I say, because there are certain things we don't say on TV, but everything, it is possible to create this sparkle. Amen. It's possible to create that sparkle to go now for something new. Someone is writing and say good message that, and I think we can take from there. He says, it's a good message that have to be around the earth so that racism must stop for the sake of new generation. Yes, when we talk about new generation, people have to understand that generation comes and generation goes. So this generation is important because we are living in this generation.
Yes.
We need things to be a bit different. Abraham time, Moses, Mary, Jacob, Isaiah was different from ours. So we are in this generation where we need new talk, new. If only the world can understand us, and we can understand each another, I think this is where we're gonna get.
I agree.
A sparkle.
Definitely.
Yes.
I remember back in the day, I was in my class and our teacher was showing us, how, those men who were trying to really, trying to live, trying to find living even in that forest, right? And so they had to find a way how to make fire, right? And so the way they discovered it, they had to take 2 stones and tap it together really, and then exactly, and it's all about just that small sparkle, and that is what is going to enlight everything.
So we need to accept to come each other with our ego, and tap together until,
because the strength has to be sort of equal when you're tapping it, right?
So you got the message.
Definitely.
That's it.
I like that. I really do like everything that you guys said today. I believe someone across the world, even here in England, whoever has watched this show has received des Etincelle. So it's not for you now, not just to listen, because anyone can talk to you about something that you need to do, something that you need to hear, but it's now about you to take what you've heard, to take what it has been said, and now to implement it within your life. That's when you're gonna have a true Etincelle. You know, God can speak to you, God can tell you something, but then you can just be there and just listening. But when you take it in and you truly apply it, that's when the result is going to happen. You know, so don't be just a listener, but be also a doer. You know, go deep within your soul and then reflect in everything that Apostle James has said, reflect everything that Apostle Marlene has come with, and we have brought this on your table. Look at it, examine it, take it in, and implement it. It was me, Gracia Susuzande, with my beautiful guest, Apostle James Sawasawa, which you can find him on Instagram, you know, on James Sawasawa, in case you're wondering who is this man, where can I find him, he speaks so well. You can find him there. You can also find Apostle Marlene on, you know, on her Facebook, on her Instagram. You can find on Facebook is Apostle Marlene Mudiaibila. On her Instagram is m.deprogrès. On YouTube you have Rev Marlene Mudiai Deprogrès. And yeah, so in case you wanna, you know, come in contact with these two powerful men of God who have brought you this message on today, so feel free to do so. So once again, thank you guys, and may God bless you so much. I'm sure we're gonna meet again on Etincelle. So we see each other next week on Friday, same time, 8 o'clock. Connect yourself, because this is going to be a life-changing. See you soon.
Thank you.
Hello guys, how you guys doing? It's me, your girl Gracia Susuzande. Of course, you know me from this amazing, beautiful videos on YouTube, doing all these tutorials for you guys. And also, why not on Miss Africa GB 2018 and Miss Congo 2018? Well, right now I'm coming with something fabulous. I would like to present to you your new TV show, which is going to be called Etincelle. This show is going to be happening every single Friday at 7 p.m. on Bethel TV. So you probably want to find out why Etincelle. Well, Etincelle is a French word for sparkle. For Etincelle, I would like to bring light into someone's life from the dark place where they are, not knowing really who they are and where they're going, or trying to bring them into the light to really wanting to find out and get to know exactly who they are. And with that, I'll be inviting amazing people who got amazing testimony to be able to help you that is going through so much, that you feel like your life is so blurry, that you don't really know your self-identity. These people will be able to help you as themselves have gone through that, you know. So my message to you today is that God has your back. He got you and will not let you go. That you can come from somewhere and go somewhere. Etincelle. You can now catch me live on Facebook, on Bethel TV, sharing the gospel around the world. Every single Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Connect yourself, don't miss it, as this is going to be a life changer.
Femme, connecte-toi. Ce vendredi 5, nous aurons
Bethel TV, sharing the gospel around the world. La bonne nouvelle en tout temps et en tout lieu.